Welcome to the Fearful Fright series, where we will be reading with our favorite green ghoul, Grimmer. Now sit back and enjoy this twisted tale. Today our story is called Project Abomination. I was sent into this secret security base, located somewhere in the middle of the Arctic. Me and the soldiers I was stationed there with were involved in top-secret extractions, recovering classified documents and blowing stuff up. Things of that nature. So when we heard we were headed to this cold, unforgiving Arctic wasteland, we were all noticeably upset. "Hey Sarge," my battle buddy said in curiosity. "What's so special about this place? I thought we owned that base. Why would we need to go recover documents from a place we already own? Couldn't we just ask for the files to be faxed over or something?" He said. I say he, because in this, and many other units names are hidden for extra safety measures. Instead I'll call him by his code name Red Wine. The sergeant told Red Wine to stop inquiring about such things, and wait for orders. He said we would be briefed very soon. Red Wine, me and Pony just kind of looked at each other, with that here we go again look. Pony was our sharpshooter from Texas. The kid could shoot both eyes out of a square L hiding in a tree 100 feet away, before the thing even had time to hit the ground. I'll admit it, I would definitely hate to be on the other side of his scope. Once we arrived at the location, 9 hours later, we could feel our faces were so cold. It felt like our faces were frozen solid, and wouldn't you know it, a blizzard started blowing in. Just my luck, I thought. Stuck out here in the middle of the Arctic, on an unknown assignment with a blizzard fast approaching. "Let's get inside," our sergeant yelled, as we gathered our gear and headed towards the security entrance, which was hidden. It looked like any other large rock around the area. The only way you could tell if it was really the entrance was by placing some kind of magnetic material on it and seeing if it stuck. Well, needless to say, we weren't out here often, with it being a secret military facility and everything. But I will say, from what I know working this job, all mankind's best secrets were kept in security, hidden hard to get to facilities, like on top of mountains and in the Arctic, or even the oceans. Well, Uncle Sam definitely knew just where to hide these things. I mean, really, we were looking for the entrance to this hidden facility for the better part of 40 minutes. Just sticking one of our specifically modified magnetic rounds on about 60 large rocks. I won't lie, I never wanted to quit as bad as I did then. But finally we heard it. A loud clink sound of the magnetic bullet, giving us confirmation that we were at the right rock. Finally, I said out loud. My sergeant looked for the key panel to enter the code. When he finally found it, the panel appeared to be broken. Smashed really. And intentionally too, by the looks of it. "Now what do we do?" Pony asked the sergeant. "Calm down, Pony, give me a minute." Our sergeant then pulled out his walkie. "Hello, Command. Can you read me? This is Black Hawk. We've reached the base, but we have a few problems here. I've located the rock, but we're not able to breach the facility. It seems the key panel has been smashed in. How should we proceed?" The man on the walkie said, "Hold on. We'll try to make contact." About a minute went by when we got the command from the man on the phone. "Blow the entrance. Take all documents in Dr. Avery's office that are classified as Project Abomination, then set charges throughout the facility. Blow it up and make it look like the base never existed." "Yes sir," our sergeant said. Then he looked at us. "You heard your orders, men. Red Wine and Pony, grab the explosives." "Wild Bat," he said to me. Wild Bat was a name they gave me after this mission I did back in Iraq, involving rescuing 30 soldiers, with a helicopter, under constant fire. Wild Bat, grab some extra ammo and anything else we might need. "Yes sir," I replied. So me, Red Wine and Pony headed back to the chopper to collect what we needed. When we reached the chopper, the pilot was gone. "Where could he have went?" said Pony. "I don't know," I replied. "It's not like he could have went for a pizza. I mean, we are in the middle of the Arctic. That's not the type of place where you wander off. We radioed back to our sergeant. Hey Sarge, we made it back to the chopper and the pilot's gone. A few seconds went by with no response. Sarge, I said again, nothing. All right, I told Pony and Red Wine. Grab those charges. And let's head out. What's going on? Pony said in a worried voice. I don't know, but let's get going, I told him. On the way back we could see something in the distance. As we got a better look in our scope, we could see that it was a polar bear. That bear was literally torn in half. What do you think could have done that? Red Wine said. No creature that I know of, that's for sure. I said. Let's keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. Man, I got enough explosives to blow a city block halfway across the world, laughed Pony. They better watch out for me. Then Pony gave Red Wine a high five. This is serious, I told them. Our pilot is missing and Sarge isn't responding. They both got silent for a bit. Yeah, you're right, Wild Bat. I really don't feel like freezing to death out here, said Red Wine. When we got back to the entrance, we could see drag marks in the snow leading up into the mountains. Let's hurry up and get those files and blow this place up, I said. So we blew the entrance. When we did, we could see the facility was destroyed. It looked like a tornado hit the place. But we got the files and set the bombs. As we left, I looked over the files to see if we needed to know anything important about the current situation. The file read, we've finally located the specimen known as Abomination. We've managed to capture one of the smaller specimens. And we've been running tests. But the subject doesn't seem to be responding to our test well. We'll send our reports over as soon as we finish the experimental procedures. Just then we could hear in the distance a loud yell, almost like a howl really. We didn't want to waste any time, so we blew the facility and contacted command. Command, this is Wild Bat. We've lost our pilot and our sergeant went missing too. How should we proceed? Roger that, Wild Bat. Is the helicopter still usable? Said the man on the walkie. Yes, I am pretty sure I can still fly it. I responded. Get back to the chopper and get those documents back home. But what about our sergeant and pilot, sir? I asked. You have your orders, soldier. The man on the walkie said, in a slightly annoyed tone. Just then we noticed something at the top of the mountain. What the heck is that? Pony said. I don't know, I told him. This thing stood as tall as a 4-story house. And it was charging down the mountain fast. Let's go, I yelled. Get back to the chopper now. We ran as fast as we could. But I swear to you, this thing was running at 80 miles an hour. As we made it in the chopper, we could see it. It was a Yeti, completely covered in white fur. Bigger than you could imagine. And this thing was mad. Start this thing up, Red Wine yelled at me. I was in so much shock at what I was looking at that I forgot we were in a life or death situation here. Oh yeah, sorry, I said. I managed to take off with this Yeti not even 20 feet away. And all it could do was look up at us, yelling, hey, read some more of that file for me, Pony. I want to know exactly what that was. He looked it over and said, all it says is that they call it Project Abomination. But it also says that these things are known to hunt down who they perceive to be an enemy, over vast distances, using some kind of telepathic connection to their prey. And it says that these things are known to have a 100% kill rate. As Red Wine was looking out the window, he said, you guys aren't gonna want to hear this. But that thing is following the chopper. And it's keeping up.